Ngeleshe, asanteni sana.
Asanteni sana, tafadhali tunaweza keti chini. Thank you very much. Let's take our seats. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to join you this morning here in Olkaria, Nakuru County to unveil this critical and transformative investment and venture, the Kengen Kaishan Green Ammonia Fertilizer Project. This project stands as a flagship of Kenya's green industrialization transformation, a compelling example of how energy, technology, and vision can converge to drive national prosperity, create opportunities for employment, expand opportunities for jobs and investment, and restore dignity to people. This is a very important event. I have been out of my office for a week. Today, when I landed in my office, I had a full desk with papers and stuff. But this was so important to me that I had to postpone even my trip to Qatar to be able to preside over this function. Many may not know the significance of what we are doing here today. Let me say, for many to understand, this event is historic because of three and many reasons. I'll give you a few. But one, this event represents an investment of $800 million. That is close to 100 billion shillings. It demonstrates confidence in the Republic of Kenya, and it gives us an indication of what investors think about Kenya. When we say we have stabilized our economy, we have brought inflation under control, we have stabilized our exchange rate, and our economy is on sound footing, this is what you get: confidence by investors to put their money in our country. Number two, it is significant because for the first time in the African soil, fertilizer will be produced from ammonia that is coming from green energy. This is the first ever plant in this continent that this is going to happen. We have been in many meetings. Ever since I came into office, I held the Africa Climate Summit to discuss how to balance environment and nature, and to persuade many who do not see how it is possible for us to live in a world that is sustainable and to have energy that does not interfere with nature. Today is a testimony that green energy is not only sustainable, but it is possible to power our energy needs using green energy. And number three, this event is significant because it speaks to the heart of our nation, and that is farming. And I speak so passionately as a farmer myself that we will now have fertilizer that is not imported. For record, we spend close to 80 billion shillings every year to import fertilizer to Kenya. This plant will now generate fertilizer from our own geothermal resources, using local products, using local raw materials, local energy, local human capital, and 480 metric tons is close to 9.2 million 50 kilogram bags of fertilizer. That means that not only will farmers have a reliable supply of fertilizer that is not predicated on events elsewhere in the world, whether we have war in Europe or elsewhere, we will not have trouble with logistics. But much more importantly, it's going to save us on our foreign exchange. We will not be using our foreign exchange to import fertilizer. We will be producing fertilizer from our own resources. And therefore, this is a very significant investment and a very significant project for Kenya. It is also important for us to know that while I have pursued the chairman, we were supposed to do this with a different company called FFI, but they let us down. But when I discussed with the chairman of Kaishan, and he offered to step in, I have been on this project for the last 2.5 years. I think I have had countless meetings in my office. My good friend, the former CEO of GDC there, who is now an advisor in my office, has been working with me and my economic team to see how we can bring this to fruition. And so I am very, very proud this moment. This morning is a great morning for Kenya and for those of us who are farmers. I am making the first order of 5,000 bags of fertilizer. The first fertilizer I will be the one to use in my farm. Because for decades, farmers, who are the cornerstone of our nation, have borne the burden of unpredictable fertilizer prices, supply shocks, and global volatility. These challenges have inflated food costs, reduced yields, and strained household incomes. In 2023 alone, Kenya imported more than 600 metric tons of fertilizer at a cost of close to 80 billion shillings. In just the first half of 2025, we have imported 443 tons of fertilizer worth nearly 60 billion. That is between January and now. Each shipment represents a cost to our national treasury and to our dollar reserves, and a lost opportunity for young people in Kenya. This government is determined to change that reality, and today's event marks a decisive step towards self-sufficiency and resilience in fertilizer production. The Kenyan Kaishan Green Fertilizer Plant will produce, as I have said, 480 metric tons of fertilizer every year, guaranteeing farmers a steady and affordable supply. It will shield our economy from global price shocks, strengthen food security, and save the country's valuable foreign exchange reserves that can be now redirected to other national priorities. From deep beneath the Rift Valley flows one of our greatest industrial treasures, the geothermal steel. Kenya holds an estimated 10,000 megawatts of geothermal potential, yet we have harnessed just less than 10,000 or 10%, which is 1,000 megawatts. Kenya's leadership in geothermal energy gives us a unique advantage to power green industries sustainably. This project will tap 165 megawatts of geothermal power to synthesize green ammonia and convert it into fertilizer, the first project of its kind in Africa. Beyond fertilizer production, this venture will prevent more than 600 tons of carbon dioxide emission every year, equivalent to getting 130,000 internal combustion engine cars off the road. At the same time, it will create more than 1,000 jobs, offering opportunities for our young people and local communities. It will also nurture a new generation of geothermal engineers, hydrogen experts, process operators, and innovators in many fields, the pioneers who will power Africa's green industrialization future.